First, the head of Premier League referees, Howard Webb, admits should have been awarded the penalty in their controversial...
Right, some news coming into us now. Sky Sports News understands the VAR, who controversially reviewed the late penalty, has been replaced for a game tonight. Thomas Kwiatkowski asked the referee to go to the screen after review, which looked into a potential handball. The referee didn't give the penalty on field, but reversed the decision after looking at the incident on the screen. Kwiatkowski was due to be the VAR in tonight's game.
It was a good performance overall. First half we contained. I think the momentum of the beginning, even the beginning of the game, was ours. We combined, we create corners, the energy was there. Second half, very good second half, even though we concede. I think after that the reaction was very positive. We dominate, we control, we went for it, and I think it's well deserved that we got the draw. The game could go both ways, but pleased with the performance.
Could you sense it coming for the opposite? You're saying you don't know how the players didn't sense it.
Well, you hope it. Well, your experienced players go. You try. You obviously, what you say. You smell it. You smell it. Go, they're still in the game here. United making substitutions, and the manager's entitled to do that. But I was looking at players coming off, and everyone. It was like they'd won the league, and they're all like just all chilling out. You go, it's 1-0. Get off the pitch. Get somebody like show some intensity to your play when you're defending set pieces. When the subs are going on and the subs are coming on, it was all a bit like, hey, this is cool.
Exactly, yeah.
You can't be cool when you 1-0 up. When you 1-0 up, then show your quality. Man United, they're more quality players than West Ham. They have, in general. And this is not a good United team. But show that when you get 1-0 up, where you go, all right, you can relax a little bit now, because you got that 1-0, a little bit, but knowing anything can happen. But United were all like,
exactly.
too chilled out, too relaxed, get the job done.
Really is on improving player behaviour. Now, what's going on as far as VAR is concerned? For the first time since it was introduced, review is going on, led by FIFA, into VAR and whether any modifications need to be made. Now, the meeting will get an update about that review, but there won't be any decisions taken today. And part of that review may be, as first reported by The Times last night, whether VAR should be introduced for things like free kicks, corners, second yellow cards as well. But this is all part of a wider review. No changes are going to be made anytime soon.
Well, this is why I said what I said, because we played sometime in games like that, and the Premier League sometimes will give you a game like that. But what I like about what he said, and Jamie was mentioning it at the end, and we were talking about it, so many times they were not patient enough on the ball. Every time they put the ball down and they tried to make 3 to 4 passes to go on the right and on the left, but they didn't do it very often. I don't know why. Obviously the crowd, they got bullied at times, they were over them, but I think they got away with one. Look, that's how it is. It reminds me of, the other day when Arsenal won at Man United. People were talking more about Man United than Arsenal. Same thing tonight, but they managed to find a way to win it.
Through strength, like he said?
I'm not sure. I mean, you mentioned the duels in the first half. I thought Liverpool lost a lot of duels in the first half. And in some ways, people always say the best way to win is with a last-minute winner. Of course, everybody knows that. But in some ways, the way Liverpool won is almost the worst way to win, taking away the last-minute goal. But in terms of, like, you're being dominated...
The second time he actually wins the ball, Adam Smith lands on top of him. Mike, I don't know what you think, but it's not a second. But they can't go to it now.
Yeah, VAR can't look at it, but I mean, he's played the ball in. Smith's landed on top of Bolly's ankle rather than the other way around, gone over holding his ankle if it's a really bad challenge. But for me, he's very unlucky, Bolly. It's not a second yellow card.
Just explain again, Mike, why VAR
Yeah, you can't get involved in cautionable offences, so it's got to be straight red. So, second cautionable offence.
Should that rule be changed?
I'd like to think it will be changed. That's what they're looking at for next year.
That could be the high point of Ruben Amorim's year in charge at Manchester United. So has he improved them, and where do they go from here? Marks out of 10 then for that man's first year in charge.
I don't think that they have improved. I'm sorry.
At all?
Yeah, where have they improved? They have not scored more goals. They have not had less goals against. They have not won any trophies. Yes, they have been in a final in Europe, but lost against a poor side.
You told us you love Tottenham earlier.
I love Tottenham. Yeah, I love Tottenham, but they were a poor side last year. So he's got a lot of work to do, a lot of work. I don't think that they are creative enough, not like they used to be.
Apart from that, he's done fine.
Yeah.
You've done probably, Dave, a lot of numbers pieces, stats, features at that screen about Manchester United. Would the numbers overall say that he has improved things?
Marginally. I think they have improved slightly going forward in attack, but they've spent over £100 million in the summer, so you kind of expect that. That's fine.
He's on the bench.
Well, one of them is, yeah. Defensively, I think there's still improvement there, and I think that's shown in a number of matches this season where they've struggled to keep the ball out of their own net, and it's been fairly easy for teams to play through them. I think that's a problem. But I'm reasonably optimistic about Manchester United this season. That's not me saying top 4, top 8, and I think top 8 is an amazing achievement from where United were last season if they get top 8 this season.
You're looking startled, Jimmy.
Don't get me wrong, it's not good enough for the history of Manchester United, but from where they were and the job, I think that is about
also for what they have spent. You think that is fine, that is okay?
Well, that from what they spent, yeah, I think it's all right. They should have brought a central midfielder, and maybe a centre back, maybe another wing back, but they haven't got all that money, have they?
that optimism's fading quite quick.
Amorim feels like the first manager who I've seen who sticks with a system rather than an idea of how to play. So, I'll use you, Roberto, as a reference. I always know how your teams will play with the ball. That's your idea. The formation might change, but Ruben Amorim, it's like, I've said this before, the formation's his baby. And to not change it or alter it in situations like that, I don't understand how you can stick with something so steadfastly in a situation like that when it's basically, one guy up front who's not really up front. You don't need 3 players there. If you're going to keep with your system, maybe put midfield players there. We see other managers do that. Maybe you bring a centre-back off and put a midfield player there because you're going to have so much more of the ball, so much more of possession. So I actually think it's not the losing the 3 points tonight. They can make that up through the season. I think it's one of those moments where I think a lot of people will really question the manager on the back of that defeat. They'll look at the players, and we know the players should do better, but the manager will take a lot of the blame for tonight.
The aftermath of Manchester United's tense Premier League encounter has taken a dramatic turn after new reports confirmed that VAR officials privately admitted to making a crucial penalty error, one that could have drastically altered the final outcome of the match. The revelation has ignited a firestorm of outrage, renewed debates about officiating standards, and raised troubling questions about the effectiveness of VAR technology in high-stakes fixtures. The contentious incident occurred inside the penalty area, triggering immediate uproar from Manchester United fans who were convinced the referee had missed a clear spot kick. At the time, the on-field decision stood without intervention from VAR, leaving supporters bewildered and frustrated. But now, with officials acknowledging the call was incorrect, the controversy has erupted into one of the most heated refereeing discussions of the season. According to reports, VAR officials reviewed the incident after the match and concluded that the referee should have awarded a penalty. The admission has left fans and pundits furious, with many questioning how such a decisive mistake can occur despite the presence of advanced replay technology designed precisely to prevent it. Critics argue that VAR continues to fall short in delivering the consistency, transparency, and accuracy promised when it was introduced. The football world has responded with intense debate, as analysts dissect the error and highlight the growing distrust among supporters. Many believe this latest blunder is not just an isolated moment, but part of a wider pattern of inconsistencies that undermine the integrity of match officiating. Calls for immediate reform have grown louder, with fans demanding clearer protocols, faster decision-making, and greater accountability from both referees and VAR room officials. Supporters are also urging the league to release audio recordings between the on-field referee and VAR team to provide full transparency, a step many believe is essential for rebuilding confidence in the system. Football authorities now find themselves under renewed pressure to address the ongoing issues surrounding VAR and to ensure that such high-impact errors are minimized in the future. As discussions rage across social media and football platforms, one central question remains: how can mistakes of this magnitude still occur in an era where technology is supposed to eliminate guesswork? With the incident dominating headlines and fan conversations, it is clear the fallout will continue for days, if not longer. The VAR controversy has once again exposed deep cracks in the officiating system, leaving supporters to wonder whether significant change is coming, or whether similar errors will continue to overshadow crucial matches. What is certain, however, is that this admission has intensified the spotlight on VAR like never before, ensuring this debate will remain at the heart of the football world for the foreseeable future.